You know, there are great things about Facebook. We love Facebook, right?
Love it, love it, love it.
But it can also ruin your relationship.
That's what we're talking about in today's video. All the great things and how it can ruin a relationship or marriage. Stay tuned. Did you know that research now says that Facebook is now cited in 1/3 of all divorce cases? Isn't that crazy? But you know, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that Facebook is something that's going to fail your marriage or your relationship. And it also doesn't mean that you have to kind of crawl into some kind of technology black hole. It doesn't mean that at all. But there are things you need to be mindful of. So that's what we're talking about in today's video, is 5 ways Facebook could be failing your relationship or marriage.
Okay, number one, one of the 5 ways that Facebook could be ruining your relationship is that maybe there are temptations that you or your partner don't need. Maybe an old flame, you rekindle friendship, and this is even more tempting when things aren't going too well with your partner. There can be a temptation to look away to somebody else instead of looking toward your partner to see, okay, how can we fix this?
Yeah, bizarre things can happen. It actually happened to me. A woman contacted me out of the blue, and I had forgotten long about her. I mean, we used to walk to school together every day when I was in the 9th grade in school, and she contacts me out of the blue, and I wasn't really sure what it was she wanted, and it was a little weird, and it was great to hear from her, but it's like, okay, what's up with this? I didn't really know. And so that's what happens in a lot of cases, is it's this temptation, And
Right. And the big thing is that Facebook is, anything on the internet is a record of everything. You put it on there and it's there. So
it always cracks us up when people we know, use language on Facebook or any thing on the internet that they wouldn't necessarily want their next boss at work to know about.
And it can come off as a little flirty, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You weren't sure about that woman's intentions.
Right.
Right. So that brings us to number 2. It can pull attention away from each other. And, like I have a really good friend, and I go to see her, and she's constantly checking Facebook. She's constantly doing this.
What's on there? And she's scrolling all over.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm here with you physically. Pay attention to me. And that's what we're saying, is Facebook isn't terrible. It just, use it in moderation, because it can really pull your attention away. You kind of halfway are, okay, what's going on Facebook, and not really listening.
Right. Number 3 of the ways that Facebook could be failing your relationship or marriage, it could be one of those things that distracts you from the issues that you actually need to address for the health of your relationship. And not everybody does this, and it's not every situation, but the fact is, it's easier to get lost in something like Facebook, and it's a whole lot more fun sometimes to get lost in Facebook than it is to talk about the real issues that could be going on between the two of you, or even about things that you'd like to do, not even bad things. And this is how resentments get built, is when you don't talk about things in advance. You don't share what's really going on with each other. So just be mindful of how it could be distracting you from the real issues in your relationship and your life.
And number 4 is that, Facebook doesn't really encourage deep, meaningful conversation, which is usually missing a lot of times, we found, with couples anyway, because, you just get into a habit of having surfacey conversations. And where the real intimacy comes are these deep, meaningful conversations. Right. So instead of being, doing these surfacey things, really sit down and find out about your partner. Find out something new about your partner.
We've actually seen people that we know really well communicating on Facebook. What would you like to do tonight after dinner? And it seems crazy, but wouldn't it be far better to actually talk in person? Just a thought, just a thought. So that leads us to number 5 of the ways Facebook could be failing your relationship or marriage is sometimes the things that happen on Facebook, it could be creating a mountain out of a molehill, if you remember that saying. And so the stories of what you think your partner does online or offline, jealousy can be built from the things that are going on. You notice a post on Facebook or any of the social media for that matter, and it's so easy to misconstrue what's going on. Well, what did he or she mean by that?
Make up a lot of stories.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stories. So just be mindful of, it could be one of those things that, you allow your thinking and your mind about what you think might be going on. It could be just nothing, but just be mindful of that's a possibility of what could be going on.
So what we suggest is that you create health in your relationship by having fun together, by talking face to face, by interacting, by creating intimacy. And one of those ways is to get offline and get on with your relationship.
And again, we're not saying Facebook's horrible, it's bad, or anything like that, but the real magic is connection. That's what the magic is. So if you like this video, be sure and subscribe using the red subscribe button here on YouTube that you see it there if you're not already subscribed. Also, we post a lot of content and we talk about a lot of things on our website at susieandotto.com that if you're not a subscriber there, if you don't get our emails, you don't get our newsletters, be sure and do that because there's so much that we talk about there that we don't talk about anywhere else. We don't put it in videos or anything like that. So be sure and go to susieandotto.com and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on another video or having you as a subscriber, and you get to hear from us all the time. So awesome. So thanks for watching this video, and we look forward to connecting with you again.